Stick on my guitar, fill up the engine, we can drive real far. Go dancing underneath the stars. Ooh yeah, I want it all. Got me feeling like I wanna be that guy. I wanna kiss your eyes. I wanna drink that smile. I wanna feel like my soul's on fire. I wanna stay up all day and all night. Yeah, you got me singing like, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. And when they say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back. And we'll say, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. When they say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back into the car. On the backseat in the moonlit dark. Wrap me up between your legs and arms. Ooh, I can get enough. You know you could tear me apart. Put me back together and take my heart. I never thought that I could love this hard. Ooh, I can get enough. Ooh, you got me feeling like I wanna be that guy. I wanna kiss your eyes. I wanna drink that smile. I wanna feel like my soul's on fire. I wanna stay up all day and all night. Yeah, you got me singing like, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. And when they say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back. And we'll say, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. And when they say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back. Baby, you burn so hot, you make me shiver with the fire. You got this thing started, I don't want it to stop. You know you make me shiver. Baby, you burn so hot, you make me shiver with the fire. You got this thing started, I don't want it to stop. You know you make me shiver. Yeah, you got me singing like, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. When they say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back. Oh no, say, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. When they say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back. Oh no, say, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. When they say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back. Yeah.
Broadcasting live here. What up, what up, what up, my folks? Ed Sheeran, Ed Sheeran, Ed Sheeran. Starting off the flow with Coach Ray. Heard only on Fishbowl Radio Network. This place where sports and life collide. Man, I tell you, it's Thursday. Oh my gosh, what a crazy week it has been. If you're listening to this, guess what? You're still winning. You're above ground, and you know what? Hey, all we can do is take our experiences, use them to better people's lives, and that's what our life is all about. Man, tonight, I'm excited to bring you a new series. You know, I got to touch base with my guy, your favorite crazy uncle, Coach Todd Shelton of the Texas Prep Report. He's on scene at another local game, and he's, you know, Uncle Todd, if it's a game, if it's a networking event, he's going to be there. And I tell you what, I'm looking forward to catching up with him and seeing what's going on the Texas Prep side and see what game he's at tonight. Also, in studio with me, special guest. Man, I'm bringing a new series for you guys. New series. You know, it's very important that we acknowledge the hidden gems, the hidden jewels of the game that bring us our visuals every day, that bring us our content. And my folks, I'm excited to bring you a new series called Behind, or The Eyes Behind the Game. And my first guest tonight in this series, kicking off this series, is my man, Richard Payne of Richard Payne Studios. He's a digital content creator, and my man is on the rise, folks. I tell you, he's been around the game of basketball. He's been around the game of football. He's been around the game of whatever sport it is. He's been around it. And I tell you, not only sports, but he's also an entrepreneur, just using his ability in photography and just his ability to use his ideas and his passion to create and make marketing geniuses out of everyone, make brands better. He's doing just that, and my man is 24. My folks, he's a hidden jewel. Richard Payne, I'm excited to have you in the studio tonight. What's up, baby? How you doing,
man? It's a pleasure to be here. Glad to be one of the opening, people that come on the show.
My man, representing that NOLA.
Yes, sir.
504 up in the building, huh?
Yes, sir.
Rich, man, I'm so humbled to have you here on board to bring a new series of The Eyes Behind the Game, man. And you are one of the most talked about up-and-coming photographers in the game right now. And at such a young age, I'm excited to just do life with you tonight. I was hoping for that other 504 connection. My yellow man, Uncle Todd Shelton, to be in the studio with us tonight. But, we got a network. When you got a network, you got to do what it do. And Uncle Todd is impacting so many people's lives and everything that he does. So, man, bro, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Dude, we got NBA, we got NFL, we got college, we got high school stuff we got to talk about. And, man, most importantly, I want to bring the spotlight on you and everything that you're doing behind the lens and just making so much happen at such a young age, bro. So, man, let's dive into it right now, man. NBA starting off. Folks.
We got.
God, dog, we up now. NBA starting off. My Lakers, my folks tuning in. You see me in my Laker gear. Oh, God. Rich, I got to break it down with you, B. I was looking forward to our opening night against the Golden State Warriors. Okay. We got Russell Westbrook.
Okay, right.
Westbrook in town. He's at the house. Carmelo Anthony. Yep. He partnered up with Bron. 19 years in the making. We got AD fresh off of his marriage. He looking rejuvenated. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to see my boy start up the season. We going up against Mr. Steph Curry himself. God, dog, bro. I should have known it was going to be a crazy night. With the pregame, I'm looking at Russ. Russ looking like Diana Ross from the Supremes at his Motown show. His gear, you can tell if a person is focused by their pregame gear.
Right.
You see that a lot in the game.
Facts.
But Russ looking like Diana Ross, bro. He had on this little tank top with some blowout bell bottoms, and my man, he had a scarf around his neck. I support everybody, do what you do, but I just knew homecoming, first game in LA, my man was gonna drop a triple-double. Bro, wasn't like that. Golden State came through.
But that's how it is. You know what you mean when you get all those key players all together. It takes some time for them to get together and really get the flow of things, which you would think that they have.
Yeah, man.
But I ain't gonna lie, them preseason games though, they kind of put it out there, But I was excited. For that squad for sure.
Yeah, man. What are you looking forward to in seeing different in the NBA? We got a lot of switch ups, man. We got Chicago. DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, they're up there. We had New York playing last night. Local boy, Julius Randle, really coming to his own, man. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to out of this season?
I'm just really looking forward to seeing how the diversity come together with all these switch-ups, and it's something I'm really excited for. I feel like it's a blessing to really see all those people on the Lakers, and then my favorite team, the Nets.
Godly.
So it's really good to see, all the diversity going on. I'm real excited for it.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought up those boogie down Brooklyn Nets, bro. They started off the season against Giannis and them, and bro, I'm just gonna be honest. Giannis, I did not try to rhyme on that one, my folks, but Giannis looked good, bro. He worked on his jump shot.
Yeah.
He did something that the little boy up in Philadelphia that is in the media every day and every night didn't do. We'll jump on him in a second, but we can't let him get away with what he's been doing. But Giannis looked good, bro. Mm-hmm. Giannis looked really good. But Brooklyn, I got to ask you what your take is on Kyrie. We ain't going to butcher him, but Everybody's got their freedom of choice. But what's your take on Kyrie, bro?
Man, with Kyrie, bro, I feel like he always had some kind of underlying like beliefs that kind of affected what he did in the NBA. You know, from a whole bunch of things. But with the vaccine thing, it's just like, I don't know. It's like that's that man believes, and we all know he's super adamant about everything that he believes, and he put it all out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't really even know what to say. Like, I was excited, you know, to get the season started with everybody going. But shoot, he got his beliefs, and you know, so.
So do you think Brooklyn, if he doesn't play this year, Brooklyn can still go to the championship without Kyrie?
It's gonna be tough for sure. It's gonna be tough for sure. I mean, we got KD, Harden, but they got a chance of getting up there. You know what I mean? But I think he gonna eventually start playing though.
I love it. I love it, man. I think he's gonna end up conforming.
Yeah,
I really do. You know, I stand on. I support him for standing up for what he believes. You know, I just don't like the fact that one person can garner all that media attention. I don't believe in that.
That's crazy.
Because we have a tendency, the media, you know what we can do. We can either make or break you. You know, you witness that on a daily basis, being a part of, bro, paparazzi.
Right.
And, you know, just talking about the eyes behind the game, man, you know, what drew you to want to be a photographer of live sports?
Really is just when I moved out to Dallas, I didn't really realize how prevalent the sports industry was, from, you know, professional sports to high school sports, and that's why I started off with high school. So I just gradually started building my name within the sports industry by getting involved with the high school sports. So, you know, I went to a couple of games, met a few people. I met a coach. Boom, he linked me to a trainer. Boom, that trainer linked me to NBA players, you know. So that's kind of, you know, how I really got into the field. But as far as, you know, basketball players, I always kind of been, you know, I always been trying to, like, find a way to connect with those type of players. And who knew that starting from the bottom and building your way up would be the actual way to get to those players, you know, in all honesty. So
I love it, man. I love it. And you know, us having a platform that we have right now and sharing with our youth, each and every one of us have a story. You know, each and every one of us have a journey, and man, I'm excited to have you on board and just continue to dive into that journey of how you literally came from the bottom to where you are right now. And you know, one person that knows heavily about starting from the bottom to the top is my man tearing up the charts. My folks, y'all know who he is. That guy from the 6, Drake, tearing up the charts. He dropped the album. He's number one for about 18. Nah, I'm just exaggerating, folks. The kid has been number one for a good 2 months. And folks, when the Knucklehead dropped his album, it's like all 7 of his first track, all 7 of his first singles are freaking number one on Billboard charts everywhere. I can't take it. It gets on my nerves. But I'll tell you one thing, he does. He masters his content. And this is my guy. Way too sexy. Get out of here. We're going to pay the bills. Don't go anywhere.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts. I'm too sexy for Milan. Too sexy for Milan, New York or Japan.
Yeah. Whoa. I'm too sexy for this girl. Too sexy for your girl. Too sexy for this world. Too sexy for this ice. Too sexy for that jack. Yeah. I'm too sexy for this chain. Too sexy for your game. Too sexy for this fame. Yeah. I'm too sexy for the trap. Too sexy for that cap. Too sexy for that jack. Yeah.
Okay, alright, that's fine. Okay, I'm feeling too sexy to accept requests. And I'm way too sexy to go unprotected. And she popped a Tesla, now she gonna let you. Okay, alright, that's fine. Okay, think we got too sexy for that Metro housing. Diamond popped out, almost swallowed 60,000. Section need more things in here, I like it crowded. Whoa. Yeah, I like it crowded. Oh yeah, Tell me what you like about him. You a turned a little thotty, ain't no wife about it. I'ma fuck her friends and send her back to Metro housing.
Yeah. I'm too sexy for this girl, too sexy for your girl, too sexy for this world, too sexy for this life, too sexy for that jack. Yeah, yeah. I'm too sexy for this chain, too sexy for your game, too sexy for this fame. Yeah, yeah. I'm too sexy for the trap, too sexy for that cap, too sexy for that jack. Yeah, yeah. I pop out, get ghosts on the you don't know where I went. Pray for all my dogs, all my behind the fence. Dripping in it, I spilling in a new designer gear by coaster. Pay attention to the detail, going two-tone on choker. Young always ready to murk, some call them smokers. Young have emotion, you don't make sure the car gets hit a 360, windmill when I left the scene. That's that action, her best work on her knees. Too sexy for this cash, too sexy for this serve, too sexy for these pills, I'm too sexy for this. I get cash wherever I fly, got sexing on me. Money, cars, and all the jewelry make a look sexy. I get cash wherever I fly, got sexing on me. Yeah, wow, wow, wow. I'm too sexy for this girl, too sexy for your girl, too sexy for this world, too sexy for this ice, too sexy for that jack. Yeah, yeah. I'm too sexy for this chain, too sexy for your game, too sexy for this fame. Yeah, yeah. I'm too sexy for the trap, too sexy for that cap, too sexy for that jack. Yeah, yeah.
Too sexy to count, fitty, my neck, spaghetti, red diamonds, spaghetti, this paper, I shred it, I swindle, no sweating, I saw you begging, got pity, I ain't done spinning, no pinch, I spin it, bags in that, my man ain't gon' steal it, 100 bags for me, the young, wish they was rich, the green gators, they look like a switch, Georgia, yo, I spit 26 licks, too sexy, my neck, spaghetti, me, caress me, I'll let you today ski. I've been kicking, might need a prosthetic. I pray to the chopper under my pillow, too fairy.
Back here live on the floor with Coach My folks, kicking off this first half of the show, I'm joined by my man, Richard Payne, of Richard Payne Studios. It's the favorite crazy coach, broadcasting live from Globe Life Park here in Arlington. And you know what? I told you guys, man, I had to make a 504 connection. Got my boy, Richard Payne, digital content creator, amazing photographer, tearing up the game with everything that he does, everything that he puts his hands on is gold. Young man, 24, just moving up the charts. My guy, Coach Todd Shelton. I tell you, folks, 504 in the house. Coach Todd, man, we had to connect with you.
What it do?
What's going on, man?
Man, just busy day. You know, leaving one of my former students' music movie premieres, and now I'm headed to South Lake versus Eaton football game. Friday Night Lights, I guess.
Thursday Night Lights. You heading out to
Yes,
South Lake
sir.
right now?
Right now, on the way right now. I'm 20 minutes away. Hopefully, I know my South Lake people might be watching, but hopefully Eaton can get this win. And it's for first place in the district. Both of them are 3-0.
I see it, man. I tell you what. And Coach, man, talk to me about this Mo3 premiere.
So one of my former students, a.k.a. Roger Watson, a.k.a. Speedy, a.k.a. rap name Mr. Official, taught him at Crowley High School, played at Oklahoma State. And I tell kids, man, always trace your dreams. And he said, Coach, when he was a 5'8" defensive back, want to be a Division I football player. Goes to Oklahoma State, plays with Dez Bryant, Division I football player. Gets out of that. Hey, Coach, I'm gonna be a rapper. Okay, boom, song here, song there. Saw him a couple nights ago. Hey, Coach, having a movie premiere with my man Mo3. Rest in peace, Mo3. So I was like, man, I wouldn't miss this for the world. So got up there about 6, showed him love, made sure he looked right, gave him a lip brush, knocked the lint off the dresser, make sure he was real Dapper Dan
I love it.
for the red carpet. But, just a movie premiere. It's sad that, there's a movie premiere for Mo 3 without Mo 3.
100%.
Senseless violence. But wanted to stop by and show Mr. Official. You can follow him at Follow Official on Instagram and Twitter.
I love it, bro. I love the fact that we always have an opportunity to give back and support our students throughout not just the years in high school, man, but through every endeavor. Every endeavor. Man, I wanted you to link up with my guy, Richard Payne, because I know the NOLA Connect is strong in this one, young man.
504, baby.
Yes, sir.
So, T,
So, yeah, go ahead.
we got some basketball to talk about when you get back in studio.
No, we can talk about it right now. Practice it starts. So official high school boys practice starts next Wednesday. I always remember this because it's this is the craziness of Uncle Todd. My favorite holidays, Halloween and Christmas.
I love it.
All right, so it's always the Wednesday before Halloween. I was at the Mansfield Fieldhouse last week for the Great American Shootout. 8 courts, some really good basketball. Duncanville Panthers in the building. The Richardson Eagles are good. Mansfield Legacy is good. Timberview is good. Faith Family. Frisco Memorial. I was up at T-shirt the other day. He was on a visit. Philly Biz at Byron Nelson. I mean, it's. I'm excited for the season. It's going to start off with the North Crowley Cowtown tip-off. I think it's the first weekend. Not this weekend, not the following weekend of Halloween, but the following week is, I think, when the Cowtown tip-off starts Thursday and Friday and Saturday. So
Rich,
some great basketball in the building.
you see how I baited him in that, didn't you? He ain't getting off that.
Yeah, but we're not talking about. How about them Cowboys?
You're doggone right, man. And then, look. 5 in a row, huh?
5 in a row.
And
Yes, sir.
So hey, Mike, you know what I tell the haters? Everybody that hates the Cowboys, 1-5 right now. Cowboys 5-1. Put your money up.
Get on my last nerves, bro. But look, I'm not going to hate on the success that you guys have had because you finally, as I shared with you earlier during the season, you finally got a doggone defensive superstar in Stephon Diggs, bro. Not Stephon Diggs, but Tavon. Bro, the man is a baller. You got you one.
Yes, sir. Jerry Jones finally probably listened to Steven, because there's probably some debate in the war room 2 years ago.
So,
But do your thing. Oh, and thank you, Nick. And thank you, Nick Saban, for converting him to wide receiver to defensive back. Appreciate you. Thank you, genius.
Look, that's your LSU Connect right there, coming back through, down the funnel. Now,
There we go.
Now,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Now I gotta talk to both of y'all, both of you guys about this, man. My Raiders. I'm a Raider, okay? Rich, why you give me that look? I know you who that.
I'm ready to
I'm
see what
giving
you're
you the
gonna
same
say.
look right now. I'm giving you the same look.
Look, you give me that same look, man. Last week we didn't get to discuss the hot topic with old Chucky himself, the DEVIL, having some demons come back to haunt him. Man, bro, how did this man finagle 10 years, $100 million out of the NFL and get away with that nonsense that he took part in? That's the
Mike,
first
it's
thing.
the same way. Let me tell you this. I got to jump in real because I'm anxious about this. First of all,
Come on.
all he did was he got caught with his sheets off. That's all he did. He got caught with his sheets off, right? And if you don't know what I mean, then that's the kind of jab at racism. But this is how it works.
Hold on.
Coaching,
Rich,
yes.
Rich, who I'm referring to, John Gruden, and the emails that he sent out
Okay. I'm kind of.
with DeMaurice Smith, pertaining to speaking out against women and in the NFL and different things of that nature, calling leadership, derogatory names through email. Bro, it was just a hot mess, and I was so embarrassed because it's coming from Raider Nation.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I feel
And he's the head of the foundation. You know, you lead the nation, bro, and this is coming
And
from
that's
you.
how you going out.
And that's how you going out.
Yeah. Okay,
You know?
Okay.
But go ahead,
I know
T.
what you laying down.
No, but my deal is like this, man. Like, it goes on all the time. Like, don't just get shocked. I mean, we put a lot of people's emails, right?
Yeah.
And think about it. If it was one or two, cool. He might have been joking, right? But you have it's a pattern. And so I'm not surprised, man. You know, I hate it. You know, it's a reflection on the Raiders and the NFL and stuff like that. But dudes are who they are. And I tell people like this. As coaches, you can be some of the most arrogant, conceited people in the world because as long as you win, everything is good. Listen, if it wasn't 2000 and whatever we had 21 and first of all, why did you put in the email, dog? You need to get slapped just for that. I'm not condoning what it did, but come on, man, don't put it on paper. You know what I'm saying? Call up on the phone where you can deny until you die. But come on, you know, like, and then you're in 2021. You got to be more sensitive. You know, on top of what you did was wrong. Yeah. So, you know, John Gruden's still getting the bag. He's gonna be rich, and you know, it's not hurting his pocketbook. I feel sorry for my Raiders because he's a great coach, but we can't tolerate that stuff anymore. You know, I sent out tweets to the NFL like, NFL, what are we gonna do to have more black coaches? I think we got 3. We have less than 1%.
No, you know what?
In the league.
You know what? We actually, well, you said head coach, right? But I was about to say the number is at almost to 14 right now. So
what's that?
The number of black coaches in the NFL. Oh no! My
head coaches?
That's in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's in the NBA.
Yeah. The NBA has always been more proactive.
It's different.
Than
my bad.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, so I think we have 3. You know, and so I tell somebody this. Why? You know what I like, Michael Ray. I'm not a gambler, but I like winning money. Right? So this is what I try to tell people. And I had a talk with a friend. It's like, oh, Todd, but it's changing. Bruh, the most we ever had in the history of the NFL is 8. It needs to change faster. So I said, listen, if you think we're about to have this explosion and this great racial kumbaya, I said, listen, in the next 5 years, you put up 5 stacks, I put up 5 stacks. And if at any point there's more than 10 or more NFL head coaches, you get my 10. I get your 5, you get your 5. Because I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. The change needs to happen at a higher rate. Right now, I'm a light-skinned Panther right now, and I don't care.
I cannot. That's a Nola boy right there.
Yeah.
100%. But T, man, I was so excited. I was so excited to see what the Raiders did. We stood up. We got rid of the nonsense. And yes, even though the spotlight was on the back of the dog's behind, and we happened to be the behind that the spotlight was on, we cleaned it up real quick. Okay. But one thing that I cannot, and I gotta point out what you shared earlier, I cannot let folks get away with this. Don't act like it's not going on. It is going on. We're not going to turn a blind eye. Gruden was not the only person involved in this. You know, what's good is that the nonsense is being found out, change is happening, and we just got to be able to move on gracefully. And that's what I'm glad the Raiders did, you know, coming out, serving up an L. That's the way to put the news behind you. That's the way to put the nonsense and drama behind you, you know? And, bro.
Yeah, you start losing people don't care. So,
yeah,
you're
man.
right.
Through and through. Now, dude, Richard gets an opportunity to bring the vision of the game to us through his work. One of the kids he's been able to follow through some of his training is Tyrese Maxey. And Rich, man, I want
baller,
bro. Are you excited about year number 2 for Tyrese?
Yeah, I'm super excited, especially just seeing him work on his game and then just being able to connect with him on a, on a personal level. Like, I'm real excited, for the season coming up. For sure.
What are some of the things that you take away from working with a premier athlete like that, and you can use it to apply to your craft?
To be honest, like, the one main thing is that he work hard. For sure. Like, if he missing shots, he running down the court doing suicides. Like, he work hard. And,
I love it.
That's something that I'm trying to implement within my life every day. Like, if I ain't doing nothing, like, I'm working. You know what I mean? So that's the only way you're gonna get better. And that's the only way you're gonna pass the curve.
I love it, man. And speak on that curve and something that you would share with the next generation of dreamers, of entrepreneurs?
Man, like I said, that hard work go a long way, and I'm saying that so much because that's something I'm really just starting to realize, because everybody working hard, you just gotta take the next step and become 1% better and get hard. And work harder.
And
So,
Coach T was talking about being able to support his student that he got an opportunity to coach through high school and even right now, man. Just speak on the impact that your teachers had in your life.
Really coming from the place I'm coming from, it's hard to really find people that guide you to do the right thing, because don't nobody know what's right for you. So teachers, whenever you have that level of transparency with them, that's definitely when they're able to kind of like help you and guide you and get you, to where you want to be at.
I love it, man. And man, I got a chance to do life with you early on, and you spoke highly of your teachers and everything. And so I'm looking forward to the second half of the show when we do our Crowns and Roses moment, in which we get to highlight and honor those that have been our purpose placers in our life. And Uncle Todd, man, dude.
What it do? Hey, I got to give a shout out to my nephew. He's about to break me. He got all A's and B's and just caught a 60-yard touchdown pass tonight. So
I love it.
I'm going to be a few dollars lighter this weekend.
I love it, man. And so what we got this weekend going on?
So you know what? This weekend is actually a rest weekend for me. I have nothing on the calendar really because basketball is kind of taking a break till the season starts. You got TCU football at 6:30. Cowboys bye week, so this is like a little recharge for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no Cowboys, no high school basketball. I'm just gonna lay around them out the dump and chill.
Oh my God! Don't do the. And man, you know what? While we enjoy this weekend, one of the things that I want to spotlight coming up, bro, that Thanksgiving Hoop Fest. I got to get my guy Glenn on the hotline. Bro, there's some good basketball coming up, some good high school basketball. And Coach, you got a chance to talk about Duncanville University, the D1 University of Texas. Bro.
Yes.
Is it fair? And Rich, man, you get to see some of these young high flyers, Ron Hall and Anthony Black and knuckleheads just jumping out of the building on a regular. But
Crazy.
Is it fair what they got going on up in Duncanville, Coach?
It's not.
No, it's not. And hopefully, Anthony Black gets. You know what? I'm about to talk about this because I hadn't did it.
We need to.
And I'm gonna call it out like this because listen. And I hate, man. I don't even really care more because one thing when my mom died, Mike, I said I'm gonna call a spade, right? And I'm gonna say this on the show. People might not like it. I wish I was there because you could look at the camera in my eyes. If any kid wants to transfer, let him transfer. Coach Snell at Capel, you my dude, good coach. That ain't your kid, my man. It's not your kid. Because if the engineering kid wants to transfer to whatever school he wants to transfer, we don't have to sign him to PAPF.
100%.
And we say academics is more important than athletics. So let's hold to the same standard. So I feel bad for Anthony Black. I'm not really going to get into it too much, but Duncanville still got a lot of dudes over there, a lot of juice, but all this signed off with PAPFs. If my kid wants to move to a different spot because basketball feels he gets a better opportunity, let him be.
And you know what,
my 2
bro?
cents.
I get tired of this same scenario. Did we see the young man Quinn Ewers from Southlake go through any nonsense when it came time for him finishing early and going off to college to sign? We didn't see any nonsense pertaining to that.
No, but actually you actually did though, because the reason why he left to go early is because he couldn't get a bag because of UIL. And I don't know if you saw this today, but New York just passed something, I haven't read up on it, with high school kids that are going to be able to make money off their name, image, like. So the reason why the kid from Southlake graduated early is because he couldn't get his $1 million deal while he was still in high school by the UIL. So he actually did go through something. He couldn't even enjoy his senior year of high school.
Well, I stand corrected. That's why you Uncle Todd. But I get tired of nonsense when coaches try to claim and latch on to kids, and if that coach, if another school came calling with a better offer, better opportunity, just a better opportunity for him, first thing he's going to say, he's going to think about, oh, it's my family. I'm making these decisions for my family. So a young man and a family makes a decision to better a young man's future. Why is it always that?
I'm gonna tell you. This is what I'm gonna say, and if people get mad, I don't really care. But like, let me tell you something. Michael Ray, I've been charged up. I've been getting like 5 hours of sleep instead of about 3. So like, watch out, world. If you look at who's coaching and what they look like, and look who's playing and what they look like, it'll answer your question.
Oh,
I'm not trying to be mean. Not trying to throw the race card out there, but I'm throwing the race card out there.
But,
so
and it's silly. It is silly. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. I'm gonna call it out. Shame on you, because the young man should be able to play. The young man should be able to continue.
I mean, like I'll give you like a situation. You brought this up, Coach Snell. I know I'm on you, but it's all love and whatever, however you want to handle it. But he was at another school. He was at Capel. He took a head job at like Flower Mound or somebody. Coach at Capel retired. You know who's come back next year to get the job? Coach Snell. He didn't have to sit out a year. He didn't have to sign off on no PAPL. So come on, man. Like, whatever. And I'm speaking up. Like, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And, Mama always said call a spade a spade.
100%. Because we see it going on every day in our world. But you know what, man? A star is going to continue to rise. Anthony Black, he's a good kid. He's got a good foundation. He's a hard worker. And he's going to come out on top of this situation. No doubt. And Duncanville's still going to do what Duncanville does.
Facts.
Rich?
Yes, sir.
And Coach T, man, you spoke on Richardson. And I'm telling you right now, best two-way kid in Texas, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, Casey Wallace.
Casey Wallace.
He's a dude.
Yeah. Casey Wallace go hard.
Now, Rich, you got
big shout outs to all the kids that are committing, that have committed to schools here lately. Ontario Morris out of Kimball, Jordan Walsh going to Arkansas, TJ Caldwell going to Ole Miss, Brandon Walker, UTA, Jordan Granberry, Corpus, whoever else I'm forgetting. I'm just trying to shoot out the top of the dome. So big shout out to those dudes.
And Rich, you've been able to watch the main guys that Coach Todd has just talked about. Mm-hmm. Who jumps off the board to you?
Jordan Walsh, if we speaking literally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Jordan Walsh has been my favorite since I moved out here, and him and Terrio. So those two, I'm real excited, to really watch and see what they're able to do in college.
And man, you get an opportunity to not only film college ball, but WNBA, and we're working on the NBA opportunity right now. But man, just with these high school kids, like the workouts that you attend, like at what point in time, how long into the workout when you realize like, oh, this kid has got it?
Really those kids that really got it, you're really able to see it like right then and there. Like as soon as they get on the court, they, implement it within their work ethic from when they working out to when they laying it up. You know what I mean? When when practice first started, the layup line. So, that's typically when I'm able to okay, he about his business.
I love it. I love it. And Uncle T, man, I'm telling you, my guy.
What it do?
We gonna bring him back up in here when you're on board. Got to make that.
No, I saw. I googled him, so I was like, Hot Boy from New Orleans, 504. Had to check him out. You know what I'm saying? And like the work is what I call crispy. It's one of my words. It's A1 saucy, man. I have to maybe link him up with Trent Shelton and we do some kind of collab. I'm all about the collab, especially when we're dealing with the 504 getting it out the mud.
Yes, sir.
Well, Uncle
Can't
T.
wait to connect with you.
Oh yeah. Uncle T, man, you definitely got to let me know how Southlake does, okay, against Byron Nelson or Eaton, okay. But man,
I'm about to pull up right now, so this game is packed too. I'm gonna get a couple steps in.
Look at it. That's Uncle T, my folks.
Get my cardio in.
Well, you go get your cardio in. Enjoy your weekend. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
Tell Papa G I love.
Hey, you know why? You know why this is happening?
Why?
Because Jerry Jones finally let his pride aside and put Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor.
Hey, there it is. You know
That's
what?
why.
And you know, the entire world could take a page out of Jerry's book and lay down some pride, recognize when you do wrong, you do wrong. It is what it is. Come to peace and make everybody else happy and keep it moving.
No, you know what happened? You know why Jerry laid down that pride? Because he don't got much more time. We got the upper room. He wanted to see another championship for the upper room. That dude said he'll do anything.
Hey.
Anything's a big word.
Hey, you know what, man? Hey, I can't let you go without talking to you about, you know, me. I had a production meeting with Ooh Wee Productions, the best production company in the world, East, West, West, East, Global Productions. You know, we were having a conversation pertaining to the old man syndrome, the slave master syndrome, where you recognize the capitalism that you make, you know, during your heyday, the punishment that you delve out to people, and you come to a point to where, you know, you realize the upper room is calling, and then you start making a change because you realize the wrong that you've done really devastated folks. Why do you think Jerry had that upper room syndrome going on, Uncle T?
Man, bro, you know, I don't know. You know, who knows? Maybe he had a bad dream. Maybe he had a semi-heart attack when he was using the bat. I don't know. But whatever he did to make a change and put Jimmy Johnson in that Ring of Honor, thank you, Jerry. But I don't know what happened. You know, sometimes you get old, you get wiser. With Jerry, he's a rich white dude, so maybe it take a little bit longer. You know, I've been broken black since I was born, so I got it early, you know. So,
all right, Uncle T.
I don't know, Jerry.
Look here, be safe out there. Take them T. Shelley-isms and do what it do, my man.
Make it do what it do. Have a good one, man. Love y'all boys.
I love you too.
Take it easy.
Coach.
All right.
Good night.
All
Uncle
right.
Coach Todd Shelton. And I tell you what, folks, he's all over the map. It's the Flow with Coach Ray, heard on the old Fishbowl Radio Network. And I tell you, man, one of the funniest guys in the world, one of the greatest guys in the world I get the pleasure of doing life with. And right now I'm joined by Richard Payne of Richard Payne Studios. Second half of the show is on the way, and we're going to dive into more of the world of Richard Payne and see what's all in the DNA pertaining to his winning in photography and everything else. Don't go anywhere.
I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I get drunk, wake up, I'm wasted still. I realize the time that I wasted. I feel like you can't feel the way I feel. Be f***ed up if you can't be right. If you can't be right, I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. When I'm away from you, I miss your touch. You're the reason I believe in love. It's been difficult for me to trust, and I'm afraid that I'ma f*** it up. Ain't no way that I can leave you stranded, cause you ain't never left me empty-handed. And you know that I can't live without you. So baby, stay. If you can't be right here, I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay.
Back in live on the Flow with Coach Ray. This is the me with Killer. They're tearing up the Billboard charts right now.
I need you to stay, need you to stay.
The first half of the show, I'm joined by my man Richard Payne, of Richard Payne Studios. And you know what, man? We got an opportunity to do life with Coach Todd Shelton of the Texas Prep Report. And we talked about just being able to watch some of the high risers in the game right now. And man, I forgot to mention one of the Nuggets that got away from Texas concerning high school basketball. He signed with them Baylor Bears. But man, we forgot to bring up Keontae George.
Yes, sir.
Dude.
One of the hardest.
You have had an opportunity to see his growth firsthand. Mm-hmm. What do you expect to see Keontae in 5 years?
Oh, in the league for sure.
Yeah.
Like, in the league for sure. Really less than that, honestly. But man, that dude go hard. Like, for sure, he gonna be great.
I love it, man. And shout out to Keontae for everything that he's been able to endure and just the hard work that he's been able to put in. So, you think he's gonna be get freshman of the year down in Baylor?
He should.
He's got what it takes.
Sure. Yeah, he should for sure.
What do you take away from his game that is his greatest asset?
I think his explosiveness, and then on top of that, he's just a real all-around player. You know what I mean? A real good, like, solid player.
So we're discussing, my folks out there, as we broadcast live from Fishbowl Radio Network here in Globe Life Park in Arlington. Man, we're discussing the importance of the eyes behind the game. And Richard, man, he's been able to capture some of the most awesome moments, not only in the just high school and college realm, but the WNBA. And, bro, we got an opportunity to witness some good stuff this year, man. Discuss some of the great takeaways that you were able to have this season, just capturing all the footage.
Well, this season, you know, a lot of the good guys, they kind of, you know, this is the year they all, like, committed to their colleges and stuff, and I was really able to watch them for their final years, you know, in high school, in the, you know, the EYBL leagues and things like that. So it was just a great opportunity to really see, like, their potential beforehand, you know. So now, you know, I got a reason to go watch Baylor. I got a reason to go watch the Longhorns because I know, you know, what they're going to be producing. You know
oh, yeah. And even, like, just on the WNBA side, man, talk about your experience with the Wings.
My experience with them, really, I'm blessed to be a part of, you know, that experience, you know, to get actually on the court and shoot is, like, pretty hard. You got to have the credentials. You got to have, like, a agent. Well, you have to have a connect, rep, and be able to connect with them and show them that work, and they have to approve you, you know, for you to literally go shoot. So it's just a blessing for them to actually, like, see my work and have heard about me previously, you know, before allowing me to actually come shoot. So
Bro,
that was like a cool, you know, eye opener. Like, people really seeing stuff. You know
I gotta ask you this, man, because you know I'm a girl dad. I love the game of basketball, and the women's game doesn't get the rep that it should get.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, out of the games that you've seen, the players that you've seen,
mm-hmm.
who do you know? Who would you say is a guaranteed bucket in the WNBA and the NBA? A girl that can play both. Walking bucket.
Oh, a girl that could play both, Rike.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm going to say her, you know, because she just got that killer mindset. I'm not going to lie to you, you know what I mean? Like, and I could just tell from her aggressiveness that, like she's just going. Like,
100%,
for sure.
bro.
For sure.
You know, and man, dude, I'm going to tell you, the young lady that just won her first championship in Chicago, I got to give CP3 her love, Candace Parker, man.
Yeah,
that girl can go.
Oh, yeah, she the GOAT for sure.
Dude, man, did you see what – shout out to Chicago Scott, by the way. Getting it done. CP3, I love you, girl. Candace, man, you went home, got a championship, did it for the shot. And you know what, man? I got to say shame on those Phoenix Mercury. The unprofessionalism of what I've heard pertaining to locker rooms. I understand the game is emotional. Taking L's in championships is emotional. You know what I'm saying? But you still got to lose with class. You win with class, you lose with class. And I heard some unsettling news pertaining to Diana Taurasi and her tearing up a doggone Chicago Sky locker room.
You know, it's a lot of emotions going behind that stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's like I don't really blame her, but you know, it's a point to where, you know, you overdo things, you know, in a way that it shouldn't be.
I mean, man, tell me, like, what's some of the craziest stuff that you've been able to catch on film during the game?
I mean, it don't really get, too crazy.
Yeah.
At the most, I'll see, like, teammates fussing at each other on a bench, cursing and stuff like that. But for the most part, it don't really get too, like, out of pocket or nothing.
So, man, I'm not sure if you remember this, but the relationship with professional athlete and photographer has not always been the greatest thing.
Nah.
And you're 24, you're young and rising, and I got to talk to you about one of the craziest things that I've seen pertaining to player-photographer interaction. It was the great Dennis Rodman when he dove out of bounds. He was notorious on the paparazzi, bro. And he kicked a dude in the hoo-hots, when he fell down. And man, bro, this was you're 24?
Yeah, I'm 24.
Good night. This is probably in 98. Dang, I just gave my age away. Bro, but speaking of that,
them old Dennis clips, they still kind of like prevalent,
Okay. Thank you for taking that sort of jab at me too. Them old Dennis clips. It's all love. But what's some of the, like? Do you fear for your safety when you're on that sideline?
No, not at all. Honestly, like the times definitely have changed. You know what I mean? It's like now it's not photographers and videographers is not like a paparazzi, kind of deal. It's more so like a relationship now. You know what I mean? Like, so now you kind of actually know these players because they're hitting you up to do your workouts and everything like that. But for the most part, I feel comfortable. Like,
I love it, man.
Yeah.
And bro, you still got to be safe. You still got to be safe out there. Protect yourself and everything you're doing. But man, I want to dive into you in the second half of the show about just branding and content building and digital marketing and the gold touch that you have and everything that you do pertaining to that side. But my folks, as we finish the first half of the show, I'm joined by Richard Payne. Hey man, it's Flow with Coach Ray, where sports and life collide. Here's Dua Lipa and Elton John with Cold Heart. Second half of the show coming up.
Some things look better, baby.
What up, everybody? It's your favorite crazy coach, Coach Ray, and you are listening to The Flow. Catch my show, The Flow, every Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. on the Fishbowl Radio Network. What's The Flow, you ask? Well, you can expect great music, great conversation, sports talk, but mainly, we're doing life. I'm looking forward to being with you every Friday from 1 to 3. Come on, jump into the Fishbowl Radio Network. It's The Flow with Coach Ray.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Look up at you. When the morning comes, I watch you rise. There's a paradise they couldn't capture. That bright infinity inside your eyes.
매일 밤 내게 날아가 꿈이란 것도 잊은 채 나 웃으며 너를 만나 Never ending forever baby You are my universe and I just wanna put you first You are my universe and you make my world out
어둠이 내게 내 변했었지 길어진 그림자 속에서
And they said that we can't be together Because we come from different sides You are my universe and I just wanna put you first You are my universe and you make my world out of inside My universe My universe My 나를 밝혀주는 건 너란 사랑으로 수놓아진 별 내 우주에 넌 또 다른 세상을 만들어주는 걸 너는 내 별이자 나의 호주니까 지금 이 시련도 결국엔 잠시니까 너는 언제까지나 지금처럼 밝게만 빛나줘 우리는 너를 따라 이긴 밤을 수놓 너와 함께 날아가 When I'm without you I'm crazy 자 어서 내 손을 잡아 We are made of each other baby You are my universe and I just wanna put you first You are my universe and you make my world out of inside My universe My universe My universe
Folks, I tell you what, I've said it before, I'll say it again, that when you do this thing called radio, this thing called music, when you do this thing called LIFE, you got to have an open mind with everything. And I took an open mind right there. That was Coldplay and BTS with My Universe. And that's the first time BTS has made it on the floor with Coach Ray. I'll tell you what, good music is good music. Them knuckleheads can sing. Shout out to Coldplay, Chris Martin, everything that he's doing. It's a flow with Coach Ray, heard only on Fishbowl Radio Network. The second half of the show, the place where sports and life collide. We're broadcasting live from Globe Life Park here in Arlington. And I tell you, man, we started up a new series, The Eyes Behind the Game. And I get the chance to do life with my guy, Richard Payne from Richard Payne Studios, an amazing digital content creator and photographer. And just, man, everything the young man touches, it turns to gold. And we get a chance to dive into branding, the importance of branding. And before we can do that, man, Rich, bro, you hit me up and you told me, man, we got to dive into the 75. 75, NBA. The NBA is in session, year number 75. And my folks, hey, if you haven't seen the list of the 75 greatest basketball players, let's just dive into it a little bit right now. Do the names of Shaquille O'Neal, Dominique Wilkins, Dave Bing, Lenny Wilkins, and Earl Monroe mean anything to you folks? Coach, Rich, man, these knuckleheads are standing out.
Yep.
Bro, have you seen the list? I just named a couple of them.
Yes, sir. I'm looking at it right now.
Who's popping off that list to you?
Man, all the greats, really. Like, it's just funny. Like, it's funny going through the list, and then as I'm reading the names, I'm remembering, like, exactly why they on that list.
Bro, this is 75 years of amazing basketball players. We're talking about the first great Laker, George Mikan, the first great big man out of the Minnesota Lakers, you know, Elvin Hayes, Wilt Chamberlain, Big O, Oscar Robertson. And, you know, representing the N.O., Pistol Pete. Good night. Bro, one of the best to ever do it in the game. But who do you vividly remember growing up, you tried to pattern your game after? Are they on this list right now?
This is a long list, but I'm going to just say it. Man, the shortest dude in the NBA.
Muggsy Bogues.
Yes. Like, it wasn't just his work ethic. It was just the fact that, like, he defied the odds of getting the way he was.
Bro, you know what? Hey, I got to salute you on that.
And he was the shortest dude. So,
I
like,
got to salute
you know, he
on
putting
that.
on, like, you know, he putting on for the short dudes.
Yeah,
like,
man.
That, like, I'm going to be honest with you.
I love it. I love it. Oh, Muggsy. Is Muggsy on the list? Did we get him on there? Look, we got a petition. Adam Silver, man. Get my boy Muggsy on the list. But, dude, man, you grew up in New Orleans. Let's dive into this thing. You know, you were down there when the Charlotte Hornets came down. They moved down, and you guys turned into the New Orleans Hornets.
Yep.
What was that like having an NBA team down in the NO?
That was probably the best time of my childhood. Honestly, you know, just being able to go to the games and, you know, like, yeah, just be a part of the action.
I love it, man. And of course now, you know, you guys are the New Orleans Pelicans. The Zion fever went crazy. From a digital branding standpoint, man. Why do you think, or why is it so important that these young players understand that they are a brand in everything that they do?
Because that could play a lot. That could play a lot into, you know, just getting them down to the NBA and really kind of determining how much they're able to make. You know, not just from their contracts, but from brand endorsements and things like that. So I'd say, shoot, besides your game, branding literally like the second thing that, you know, that you got to work on.
And, you know, man, you've been able to help companies grow across the board, man. Talk to me about some of the things that you've been able to capitalize off when it comes to helping others with their branding.
Really, every company different. So every company kind of need like a different branding strategy or like different branding focal points. And what I'm fortunate enough to do is kind of take a little bit from each one of these companies and kind of implement it within my own company. You know what I mean? Because as I'm researching good things that work for other kind of companies within this kind of house versus this other kind of house, I kind of, take the little things that'll work with another company and I kind of implement it within my own business.
I love it, man. And just in a short amount of time, man, who are some of the companies that you've been able to partner with?
Man, I've been in Dallas for 6 months. I was able to work with Nike, Hennessy, Jordan, Adidas. Yeah, and shoot, that's really that's really top tier,
Those are the top tier.
Yeah, that's
when it
really
comes to
top
the
tier.
game and just branding in general.
Yeah, and definitely photography has definitely been able, open those doors up, and it just kind of showed me, how not easy it is, but how possible it is to actually get out there and work with these brands.
And that's so important for our younger kids to see, man. And Rich, man, I spoke to you early on, and we talked about the impact of what happened at Mansfield Timberview High School, in which gun violence took place inside the campus, man. Why is it so important that our younger kids, not just athletes, why is it so important that they understand that they have different avenues to be able to achieve their dreams, just not just throughout athletics, but just through creativity like photography?
Yeah, see, a lot of the youth don't really, they kind of take their environment and they go with it. They don't really know any better to want any better for themselves, so that's why I feel like it's important, for us as adults, or people that then actually did things to kind of enforce or show how possible it is for you to get somewhere, without means of basketball or, however means the typical means that you know of.
And man, it speaks volume because you grew up in the NO, man. At multiple times, New Orleans has been the murder capital of the world. We're just gonna be real. Opportunities. You got to work hard for those opportunities. That because they can be taken away from you just like that within the blink of an eye. And man, speak on the importance of understanding that it's not about the environment that which you come up in. It's about bettering yourself, even though the environment that you're surrounding yourself by can try to pull you down, man. Speak on the importance of mental stability when it comes to accomplishing your goals and how that's played in your life.
When it comes to accomplishing your goals and seeing where you really want to be, it just take you to kind of man up and say, and kind of look at things on a greater scale. You know what I mean? Like, the world is bigger than your block. You know what I mean? The world is bigger than the walk to your school. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of you just got to change your mindset. Once you change your mindset, you're going to change your life.
I love it, man. And when you were able to make it out of the NO, man, and you went on to Louisiana Tech to go to school, go to college. What was that experience like?
That experience was great. I had a lot of help from my teachers to actually get me to apply for school and get that and everything. And it really was a cool opportunity. I mean, a lot of people hated my town, but I was just so adamant to be there because I rarely got out of NOLA. You know what I mean? Besides on vacations and stuff like that, but for long periods of time, besides Katrina, I never really got out of NOLA to see something new.
I love it.
You know what I mean? And I'm blessed. I was just blessed to be in a position to where I'm seeing things new, even though it's a rural, town.
Yeah, we're talking about Ruston, Louisiana, man.
Yeah, Ruston, Louisiana. It was still a blessing to be there and to be in a whole different environment.
And I got a chance to check out your background and see some of the things that you've been able to accomplish. And man, speaking of the 75 greatest players, you got a chance to work with the mailman, in Ruston, bro. What was that like?
Man,
huge shout out to Karl Malone, by the way.
Yeah, meeting him was the craziest thing ever. I never would have thought that would have happened, And it's just crazy because that's the first thing that opened my eyes up. These regular people, for sure, and then just a lot of people know Karl Malone for being arrogant, but in actuality, he's really that's not even the case. He's really down to earth, a real cool person. He barely knew me. Well, he knew me over time, but when we first met, we genuinely had a genuine convo and kind of gave me business tips, business insiders, and things like that. So that's a experience that I'm real grateful to have.
I love it, bro. And man, you spoke on the power of teachers in your life. Mm-hmm. Man, I gotta give a huge shout out to all the teachers on the front line. Just all the teachers on the front line. And man, when it comes to college, and this is in no way disrespect to Mom Dukes. Mom Dukes was graduating college when you were graduating high school, right?
Yep.
You know, speak on the importance of, well, Mom set that example for you, but speak on the importance while Mom was doing that, you know, she was dealing with real life, you know, working, handling multiple things and being able to balance everything out. But speak on the importance of your teachers filling the voids where Mom wasn't able to.
Yeah, my teachers definitely played a big part in helping me actually understand, like, how to apply for college, you know, the opportunities and job possibilities that, you know, that college could provide me. You know what I mean? So shout out to my teachers for sure. They definitely made everything more graspable, like, for me. You know what I mean? They put everything in perspective. You know, they just helped me out a lot for sure.
And bro, I tell you what, man.
And nobody know you better than your teachers.
Hey, and
your
that's
teachers
real.
see you, you know,
That's
just as much as your parents.
Look, man, all my baby Falcons out there, I see you out there. I know. I miss you. I love you. Make sure you hear what Richard is saying. Your teachers know you.
Yeah,
they
your
see
teachers know you
every day. We see your patterns. We see your habits. And we just want to help you. And, man, dude, I tell you, I'm a huge advocate for the teachers of America because we don't get enough support.
Yeah,
we don't get enough respect.
If you think about it, shoot, the teachers see you away from your parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like they kind of know you a little bit better than your parents because your parents only know what your teacher's telling them.
That's it.
So
and it's so important, my folks. I'm on the front line. I'm telling you across the board. Hey, parents, hear me on this. What Richard said. We see your kids. We see your kids. So understand that there is two sides to that story that little Johnny and little Susie is telling you. Now, you know your kid, all right? And I need you to understand that they are not perfect. So if they continue to disrupt the class, hold them accountable. If they continue to say that the teacher is the teacher's fault, really dive into it to find out what's going on, okay, because they're not innocent. There are a lot of teachers getting heat from parents that aren't accountable and don't hold their kids accountable. Rich, that's my little soapbox right there. I got
you have to throw that in there.
Gotta let that be known. Gotta let that be known.
Yes, sir, you gotta let that be known for sure.
Woo-wee. But bro, man, just diving back into that digital branding and marketing, being a content creator. You had no idea that you were gonna go to college.
Yeah,
your teacher stepped in.
Yeah.
And you know, from their ability to share that love and that passion for knowledge, you know, you were able to take that opportunity. And bro, I wanted to talk to you about the 400,000, that number, the T-shirt game, or about the 4,000 T-shirts.
Oh, okay, yeah,
that you were able to sell.
Yeah, okay.
Bro, talk to me about taking the knowledge from school and the hustle, and just being able to branch out on that, the risk that you took with that.
I just want to say networking, increase your network for sure. And, you know, networking go on all levels. Networking could be from you just going to class, you talking to your friends, you going to work. And for me, shoot, I was able to take everything I learned at work from a job that I got through networking, you know, and just able to apply that to my own life and my own brand. And shoot, that really was able to set me up for greatness, you know what I'm saying, and put me on the path that I'm on now, honestly, was trying to start a business and really just providing money for myself without having to work another job. You know what I mean?
And man, when it comes to content creating, who are some of your biggest motivators and inspirations?
I like this guy named Gregory Crutzen. He's big into the film industry. He's got a good, interesting way of kind of putting a film spin on photos. It's crazy. You got to check his work out. And David LaChapelle. I might be saying his last name wrong.
David De La Chapelle?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But he's one of Travis Scott's main photographers, and that dude work literally goes crazy. I was just looking at it in my car on my way up here. Like, I got to look at it every day, you know, because every day, like, when he posts new and better creative stuff every time I'm looking at his work. So I'm just like, I don't know how this possible, so I'm going to just keep admiring it every day until I'm able to brainstorm something within my head to make me produce that kind of level of content.
I love it, man. And bro, just you spoke on Travis Scott. You know, but speak on the marriage of music and photography.
Shoot, really, photography. The photographers is like is how you connect your brand to the world. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm just blessed to be in this field because it's so diverse. Like, you could work with artists, you could work with NBA players, and our job is to get your image out to the world because we the only ones that see you at that moment. Like, the rest of the world got to see you, So, it's just a good kind of wheelhouse to be in, to be able to kind of portray the image of anybody I take a picture of.
I love it, bro. And man, you speak on the importance of understanding what your role is as a photographer. And not all photographers understand that. Some photographers make it about them.
Yeah.
Man, what would you say to that?
Shoot, you know how they got artists that just do art and nobody see their work. So it's kind of like in the same, it's kind of like the same thing as that. But man, it ain't no real money in that. It ain't no business ethics in that. Like, you doing art for nobody to see it, or you doing stuff that only you like.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta branch out and be able to. Well, that's more so hobbyist. You know what I mean? Like, but as far as business, you gotta like you gotta do the work that people need. You know what I mean? So
I love it, man. Across the board, business 101.
Yep.
Put the client first.
Yeah.
Put the client first.
For sure.
Across the board. My man Richard Payne of Richard Payne Studios is in the house with me tonight. The Flow with Coach Ray Heard only on Fishbowl Radio Network. Man, I tell you, I love this young man. Up and coming digital content creator, just amazing photographer. He's bringing the eyes behind the game. He's bringing us the eyes behind the game. And I tell you, folks, if you go to richardpaynestudios.com, you can see some of his amazing work. And Rich, man, like, what do you look for? And, there's a saying, all money ain't good money. And being an up-and-coming, I won't say up-and-coming, but having your star on the rise, what do you look for in a partnership with those that are looking for content creation?
I'm looking for the money and the opportunities that make sense. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm backtracking if I take a job that's not really providing me with the experience that I need to go to wherever I'm trying to go.
I love it, bro. And man, have you ever had to turn the dollar away?
Yeah, I had to turn the dollar away.
That's like though.
Yeah, that's like an everyday thing. Like, man, believe it or not, I actually just had the opportunity. I don't really want to disclose like names or anything like that.
Oh, you don't have to.
Somebody really was trying to buy me out. Like, there was like, there was like $80K for the year to come out there and just like work with them. Like, they do like YouTube videos, and it was just an opportunity I had to turn down, even though it's an easy 80, and then they pay for housing and stuff like that, so it just would have been 80 in my pocket. You know what I mean? I would have been able to invest that more so in my business, but I turned it down. You know what I mean? Just because I would have had to give up and pause on whatever I had going to help somebody else build their thing.
I love it, man. And for kids, I tell you right now, you got to learn business ethics. Jewels, man. There's jewels behind the game, and that's what we do here on the Flow with Coach Ray, where sports and life collide, man, to give you every angle of life that you can take to have a great opportunity. My man Richard is giving you some jewels when it comes to the photography game, when it comes to digital content and creation. All money ain't good money. You gotta take the path that's suitable for you. That's very important in life, man. And Rich, man, when your star is rising so fast, man, I tell people that you're as strong as in basketball relation, you're strong as the 5 people that you have on the court, or the 4 people that you have around you on the court, as you are off the court. And when your star is rising as fast as yours is, bro, who can you call on, who can you lean on to bring you back to the ground?
What you mean by that?
As far as, when people have success early on in their field, it's very hard to stay humble, if that makes sense. And, you can have everything going so fast, happening so fast for you. You almost lose yourself. So to avoid that from happening, who do you lean on?
Oh, you know I'm gonna say my family for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's kind of like why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, I'm trying to provide opportunities for them. You know what I mean? Like, so I say my family for sure, and my
Got you.
support system, business partner. Like we got a good way. We got a good system of keeping everybody humble and on the right path.
I love it because you know what Drake say, ain't no friends in the industry.
Yep.
You know, and it's very important to make sure that you understand the five around you and your support system. You have that solid support system. But who in the game have you been able to partner with thus far? You know, it's some hot names, especially in the DFW Metroplex. My man Theo Visuals, Mecca Media. You know, who are some of the folks that you've been able to partner with thus far?
For the most part, everybody prevalent within the industry I've been able to connect. Big shout out to Theo though. He showed love from the first day we met. Honestly, he actually just had put me on on a few like plays and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm pretty much connected with everybody that's prevalent within the industry.
I love it, man. I love it. And my folks out there, make sure you don't go anywhere. We got to go pay the bills right quick here on The Flow with Coach Ray. My man, Richard Payne,
Yes,
Richard
sir.
Payne Studios is in the building with us right now. And I tell you, folks, the kid is continuously rising. Amazing, amazing, amazing photographer. And if you don't believe me, I need you to do it right now. Go to richardpaynestudios.com right now.
Check it
right
out.
now. Check my guy out. In the meantime, we're going to go pay the bills right quick. Here's Lecrae with Hold Up Wait on The Flow with Coach Ray.
I hit 55, pull up to the city side. That's the tricky side where they let the blicky fly. I'm surrounded me trying to get me tied up. Ain't no turning down cause the boy fired up. Sheesh. Hold up, wait, 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 hold up, wait. Walking in the spirit, you know it get tricky around us. If they bump the smoke, then tell them that we keep it. Tell me that the revolution won't be televised. I just want the kingdom, they can keep the enterprise. Everything we got is free, and it close the casket, nothing's in it. I just got the test of tenant, I can't take it to the finish. Let me finish. Ain't a hold up when it come to God. Either you leave or get left behind. You been set up, I've been set aside. Hop in this Uber, let's split a ride. Look, I know that he beat it. I promise that death is defeated. Ain't no need to hold up the meeting. They hold up the heater, and after that everything heated. Somebody gon' end up on t-shirt. I'm still outside on the block. I got some partners who lost. I'm tryna turn on their lights. They love to walk in the dark. I keep it a buck like I'm Giannis. I'm tryna be honest. The lessons I'm learning, you can't get in college. They get in the street cause they can't get in college. That's why I'm like, hold up, I give you the knowledge. I hit 55, pull up to the city side. That's the tricky side where they let the blicky fly. I'm surrounded me tryna get me tied up. Ain't no turning down cause the boy fired up. Sheesh. Hold up, wait, 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 hold up, wait. Walking in the spirit, you know it get tricky around us. If they bump the smoke, then tell them that we keep the fire, bro. I know that you hear that Kirk when the music start up. That's me paying respect to a legend. I know some people don't like it, but I did a song with an EGOT. To me, that's a legend. Let me teach you a lesson. Back when I was counting my blessings, the radio tour had me stressing. My faith was in question, surrounded by haters and yes men. But God had me learning a lesson. Look in the sky, I'm like, hold up. Can you please get my spirit and soul up? I get strength from the sun like I'm solar. So I told them to take the controller. I know people like bring back the rebel crate. Get behind me, that's something the devil say. If you love me for who I'm becoming. I wake up and follow God every day. They say that you change if you grow up. They do. The money slow down, people slow up. But when you get poppin' and show up, that's why I be looking like, hold up. Wait, can't eat off my plate. It's too many hungry people, can't give you a taste. I hit 55, pull up to the city side. That's the tricky side where they let the blicky fly. I'm surrounded me tryna get me tied up. Ain't no turning down cause the boy fired up. Sheesh. Hold up, wait, 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 hold up, wait. Walking in the spirit, you know it get tricky around us. If they bump the smoke, then tell them that we keep the fire, bro.
Here's today's STEM tip. Make your selfies look even better with science. Take your pics at golden hour right before the sun sets. The wavelengths made by the atmosphere create a perfect golden light for that beautiful face of yours. Learn more at Chic and STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
Hey, this is Stevie B with the Am I Worth the Time show, host of the year 2020. Want to encourage you to keep it locked right here at Fishbowl Radio Network. Y'all be safe, you hear?
Yo. All that talking useless. Don't need no excuses. Shortcuts for the foolish. Only one way to do this. Put in work. 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 Sweat pouring from your shirt, huh? Had to get it out the dirt, huh? Put in work. Put in work. Put in work. Put in work. Just taking off, that's the flight. Ain't no days taking off, that's the price. Checks running up, that's the nice. Earn my Adidas, that's the stripes, But the sweating overnight, spent a decade underground, building all this overtime. Now I'm going overtime. Ask yourself, what's it worth to you? Cause if it's worth it when it hurt, then you gon' work through it. Another set, another rep, another step, another flex. Ayy, got me another test. Grade, opposite of an F. Legendary with the game. Flick wrist from the range. Switch in the lane. Shots up, no change. They ain't never gon' change. At your neck, gold chain. Ain't backing down from no pain. Watch rinse, repeat, now no gain. Keep my focus on rings. And racing trophies post game. On dark nights, go bang. Then all of a sudden, go bang. Yeah, I gotta go get it. If my fire's a problem, then get out of the kitchen. All my partners is with it. No facade, no diction. If we talk it, we did it. So I don't believe none of your blah blahs. You kidding? All that talking useless. Don't need no excuses. Shortcuts for the foolish. Only one way to do this. Put in work. 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 Sweat pouring from your shirt, huh? Had to get it out the dirt, huh? Put in work. Put in work. Put in work. Put in work.
Back here live on the floor with Coach Ray, my man Swoop, reminding us to put in work. It's the second half of the show. I'm joined by my man Richard Payne Studios. And I tell you what, folks, we're continuing the series. This is number one in the series of the eyes behind the game. And I get the opportunity to do life, and we've been doing life thus far, talking about the importance of branding, the importance of visualizing your content, being able to create and use it to be able to help others around you. And I tell you, man, my man Rich, bro, you've had a path. You've had a path. And you've been able to create your own way, man. Just speak on the importance of just believing in yourself and how that's played a huge factor in becoming the person that you are today.
Yeah, it's one thing. The main thing is to believe in yourself. You know, like if you got goals and you know where you want to be at, you gotta really like try to figure out ways to like manifest that.
Oh yeah, man. And you know, in such a short time through your photography and just your content creation, you've been able to do business and have partnerships with Jordan, New Balance, Adidas, man, Young Money Sports, bro, the WNBA, Hennessy. And just, of course, various professional athletes and different corporations, bro. And just speak on just how the entire thing has been thus far, man. It's been a great roller coaster, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I was just about to say it had its ups and downs, kind of feeling discouraged if nobody don't hit you back. Then you kind of lit when somebody hit you back, you know, somebody you totally didn't expect, you know what I mean? So it's definitely been a roller coaster, but you know, that's all a part of the growth and just trying to start a business. You're going to have your ups and your downs. You're going to have the time you make a lot of money, the time you're not making no money. And, yeah, but that's just all part of like wanting better for yourself and not willing to keep getting no, you know what I mean?
And you know what, man? It's so huge, like, that you say that. you got to be able to believe in yourself. You got to be able to take your L's. You got to be able to understand that you are going to take some knocks when it comes to this game called LIFE. And, man, you know, I got to give a huge shout-out to my guy, just the importance of content and digital marketing and branding. My guy, Kawhi Leonard, you know, now that he's hurt, you know, he's been able to partner with Culture Jam and do great things through the L.A. community and of course, marrying the hip-hop scene with the basketball world and what Culture Jam is able to do throughout the L.A. area. Man, huge shout-out to Kawhi and being able to understand the importance of branding and branch out to be able to do that. You know, I got to give a huge shout-out to my guy, my cousin Latif, who's been able to partner with Kawhi and making that happen on the L.A. scene. And I bring that up because, you know, Rich, man, with digital marketing and content creation, you have the ability to take a message and expand it beyond horizons, man.
Right.
Like, how does that make you feel with everything that you do? And being able to partner with athletes, you know, big athletes like Kawhi and things of that nature on your own end.
It made me feel good, actually, that I'm able to understand what a brand is and the purpose of a brand. Because a brand, you know, is really a story, you know what I mean? So it's just great that I just feel good about myself knowing that I'm able to take that and kind of elaborate on it with my own work.
So, man, just speak on, number one, how people can find you and what is the Richard Payne experience like?
They can find me at Richard Payne Studios on Instagram, richardpaynestudios.com. And really the Richard Payne experience is really revolves around you. You know, like whatever your brand is, if you need photos, if you got a vision that you're trying to reach, whatever, you know, my work revolves around your needs.
And I love that you focus on the you behind your content, bro.
Yes, sir.
I tell you folks, man, you got to give my guy a shout out. You got to reach out to him. Go to his website, richardpaynestudios.com. And, man, they can also follow you on Instagram, correct?
Yep.
What's your Instagram handle?
Richard Payne Studios.
Richard Payne Studios. And I tell you folks, man, the kid has an amazing eye for content, for creation, and just behind that lens, bro. Like, Rich, you've been doing it since you were 12, man.
Yeah.
Do you remember that first time that you picked up? Do you remember that first time that you held that camera in your hand and you captured that first image?
Yeah, I legit remember that. Like I picked up like an old Polaroid. Like, you know, that kind where you put the film and you take a picture and that thing roll out. Like, you gotta do this.
You gotta shake that thing off, that ink.
Yeah, like, I remember doing that, and, dog, that was, like, the craziest thing I ever, like, experienced. Like, I don't know, because I was young, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, dang, that's so crazy, like, how this worked. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know this thing had film in it. You know, so that was all part of, like, my experience of being, you know, introduced to a camera.
Man, and, you know, you've been able to share some of your story growing up. You know, you played some sports, you know, but, man, what were some of your favorite subjects for all of my young creators out there? You know, what were some of your favorite subjects that helped you and play a huge part in your love for photography?
It's definitely art. And then, so I was the best in my school in art, and I was the best in my school in biology.
Science, man, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And, bro, you know, a lot of kids don't understand. I tell them daily. I try to, you know, your education is very important and pivotal in your success. And I know some of my 7th and 8th graders. I'm talking to my teenagers right now, my 13 through 16-year-olds. Listen, please understand this. Seize the moment. Enjoy the moment. Capture the moment. Make sure you're present in everything that you do in school, because, man, I tell you, you're getting caught up in these social butterflies, social activities, and the social pools of what the world says that you should be, and you're going to miss out on who you really are. Man, you got to be open-minded. I'm learning so much from Rich right now, dude. Just the fact that, you know, you talk to me about not being the jock growing up, but your love for science and art, the creation, and how that's been motivational and impactful on you being able to create amazing freaking content.
Actually, I could elaborate on that. Like, man, what really made me go hard with photography is that I was into, sports, basketball, football, soccer, and all of that. But I was into it, and I really had a love for it, but my body wasn't. Like,
Yeah.
I got hurt so much. Like, shoot, my senior year at school, we in a basketball game. I tore my meniscus.
Oh, wow.
I got back right, started playing again, dislocated an arm, and that kind of, at that point, I'm like, dang, like, I really, basketball, like, yeah, it's cool to love it, but it ain't doing my body no justice.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's what really kind of, like, made me lock in on things other than, just sports.
And see, there you go, my folks. Hey, you got to have a plan B, too.
Yep.
No, actually, you got to be open-minded.
Yeah, you got to be open-minded.
Be open-minded. Be open-minded and understand when your body says no.
Yeah, like,
It's time to let it go.
Yeah, like, if
know.
you got a hobby, like, like, I was looking at basketball like a hobby. Like, I couldn't do that hobby as much as I wanted to. Like, so, boom, I'm about to pick up my camera more. You know what I mean?
So I gotta talk to you, and before I let you get up out of here, man, this is my crowns and roses moments. Before we take the time to honor the purpose placers that have been vital in your life and helping you become who you are, man, just talk to me about a little 10-year plan where you see Richard Payne Studios, the ultimate place where you would want your work to be visible at.
Man, I want my work to be on the face of Nike. You know what I mean? How Nike got all these platforms and all these billboards in New York, like all of that. I just want my brand to be, like, I want my images to be kind of like the forefront of that brand. And not just that, I also want my brand to become just as notable and reputable as those brands too, as far as content goes.
I love it, man. Dude, hey, now it's time to give them crowns and roses. Bro, you know the journey that you've been on.
Yep.
You know your ups and downs. You know when darkness was around. You know when light was lighting up the place. And man, who would you like to give your crowns and roses to? Doesn't necessarily have to be mom and dad. Could be your teachers, whoever you want. The purpose placers that have been vital in helping you become the best version of Richard Payne.
Like, I'm not trying to be too, cliche, but it's definitely my mom. Just off the strength of, like, not everybody want like move to a different city and be a photographer and your mom like supporting it. You know what I mean? Like, so, big shout outs to her because she really see the vision and she see I got like a purpose and the actual will to want to, do something different for myself than what's considered normal.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Shout out to moms, man. Where would we be without our mamas?
Facts.
And I love it across the board. Mr. 504, my man, Richard Payne, Richard Payne Studios, bro. Dude, I'm
Yes,
thankful
sir.
to have you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, especially opening up, your new segment. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
man. The eyes behind the game, folks. I tell you, Rich, that young kid that's dribbling that basketball that does not that happens to love photography, that has no idea what photography or where photography can take him. That young kid that's ready to give up because it's hard outside. It's hard at school. He's got bullying. He's got peer pressure going on around him. That young kid, Rich, that has that image issue, that don't believe in herself, because she's not this size or that size. That one kid that just doesn't understand the opportunity that lies before them because they're not able to see it, because they're filled with anger. Bro, what do we say to those kids right now?
Man, I would say no matter what walk of life that you're coming from, you got a purpose. And it's all up to you to really figure out what that purpose is. You might not know it off the rip, but it just takes trial and error to really, try things and kind of, get where you want to go, become somebody you want to be. And it's super tangible. It's not too far-fetched, for sure, no matter what you want to do.
I love it, bro.
Yeah.
No matter what you want to do. My folks, man, it's that time of night. It's that time of the week. But, next week, we will be back make sure you tune in to the Flow with Coach Ray. Heard only on Fishbowl Radio Network. You can broadcast live with us on the Flow with Coach Ray on YouTube, and also Eyeball Nation, DFW.com on YouTube as well. And my folks, man, tell you, we got great things next week. I'm looking forward to continuing the series, The Eyes Behind the Game. Man, my photographers out there, my videographers out there. It's your time right now on the Flow with Coach Ray. I want to spotlight you. I want to point out what you got going on and how you've been able to change the game through your lens. Hey, now's the time. Let's get after it. Huge shout out to Richard Payne of Richard Payne Studios. Make sure you log on to richardpaynestudios.com. Make sure you hit him up for content creation. This young man is amazing, amazing, amazing. Everything that he touches is gold, and across the board, phenomenal. Hey, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
King Rich, bro, I love you. My folks out there, make sure you tune in next week. Same bat channel, same back time. But make sure, most importantly, you understand this. You have a life. You have a voice. Use it. Use it to change those lives around you. Make an impact, because your energy is what people will remember you for. Your energy. Make sure it's good.
Yes,
It's
sir.
your favorite crazy coach. I'm out. Go get it.
Oh!